Hello, Da Vinci. Welcome back. So this is our fourth lesson now on computing. How does IT improve our world? So let's go on. The things that we're going to be learning in today's lesson is how does IT improve our world? So we're looking at, I can explain how IT is used in a shop, how IT can be connected, and I can explain how IT helps people, okay? In the previous lesson, we talked about where we might find all these things. Well, which do you think you would find in a supermarket? Which one of these things do you find in a supermarket? If I just move myself over to this side, well, down here. There we go, I'm at the bottom. Where do you think, or which items do you think you would find in a supermarket? Which one of these pictures that I've got on the screen? Well, the main ones that you'd find used by the shop, because you could use, I guess you could use some by the customer, but the main ones that are used by the shop are these items here. Now you would see maybe a computer in there, a card machine, the barcode, you've got a weighing scale for maybe if you're weighing your fruit and veg, you've got some security cameras to show to stop the shoppers from maybe trying to steal things. You've got maybe a printer behind that you won't see in the shop to print off some of the maybe the labels and stuff. You've then got a cash machine or a cash the register, but that's more of an American term. You call it a cash machine, and the cash machine is where you put in all the prices, and then it pops out and gives you some change to give to the customer. You've got a barcode reader, and then you've also got your credit card or bank card that can use to pay for stuff. So we're going to be looking at three main things in particular today. We're going to be looking at these three things. Now, why, I'm going to bob myself in the corner there. Why are these three things important when we're thinking about connected information technology? Well, let's have a look. Most items in a shop will have a barcode on it. So for example, your books, your beans, bottles, and a barcode is information. Now a barcode contains a code. Now you can see these lines correspond, which means they link to this code at the bottom. And it's a code that can be read very quickly by a computer. Now it means instead of me having to remember information about a product, so I might say, oh, I want to know about this pencil. Instead of me having to remember everything about the pencil or having to write the number down about the pencil and then go and find a book about it and read the book to see what this barcode information says, we have these barcodes to tell us all the information about the product and about its cost, which we're going to look at in a second. The scanner, so we've got the scanner here and it's got a bit of a laser pointer coming out of it and it reads this information. So the scanner is connected to the till, to the cash machine, or to the till. We'll call it a till, yeah. So it's connected to the till, and a barcode is scanned, and often you'll hear a beep, and it beeps to tell you, yeah, I've got that information, and it says, I've read that, I know what that says, and it follows down the wire into the cash machine, and then the till says to it, well, I need to know how much it is. So it sends that information from the till to a computer that's connected to it. And the computer that's connected to it tells, it finds out, oh, I know what that barcode's linked to. That barcode is on the can of beans, and beans are 25 pence. So the computer then goes back down the wire, sends the information back down the wire to the till, and the till goes, beep, it's 25 pence for those beans. And it's not just one till that does this. All the tills are linked to a main computer so that when it's scanned, it beeps, it sends the information down this black line to the till. The till then wonders, how much is it? You said beans, but how much are beans? It sends that information of beans all the way to the main computer. The main computer says beans are 25 pence. The 25 pence is then sent back with the information that they're beans back to the till, and the till then pops up and says, beep, the 25p for those beans. Now think of how long that would take if I said, well, excuse me, I'd like to know how much this pencil is. And somebody goes, no worries. Let me just write down the name of the pencil. Okay, the name of the pencil. So you write it down in your hand. Right, I'll be back in a moment, sir or madam. And you wander off to the back of the shop. You get out a big book and you go, okay, so I'm looking for a HB23 pencil. So I'm going to keep going. Right, okay, here's my HB's pencils. And you go down, there's 16 different types of pencils. And you find it and you go, it's 20 pence. Right, shut the book. You put the book down. You go back out to the customer and you go, it's 20 pence. And they go, oh, fantastic. I'll have 4. Oh, okay. So how much is that going to be? So then I need to get my calculator out. I need to calculate. I need to go 20 pence, 20 or 4 lots of 20. So 4 lots of 20. I need to do that. I then need to work it out and then need to tell the customer, it's 80 pence in total. Now just think, that took me a couple of minutes to explain the whole process. Now imagine you were working in that shop and you had to go and find everything by looking in a book to see how expensive it was. Do you think that would be a short time or a really long time? That's right, it'd be a really long time because you'd have to be going into the shop and looking at the back of the shop in the book all the time because a customer might not know how much it is. So you can see that not only does it scan the information from the barcode with the scanner, sends it to the till, to the computer tells it how much it is, it also then sends the information back to the till to say it's not only 25p, but if the customer was buying 4 different tins of beans, that it would tell it how much it is altogether. And then it's added to the customer's bill, to the receipt. And I've not had to do any calculations. I've just had to scan it. So you can see the barcode and the scanner and the computer have made everything very, very quickly for me shopping. Now, we're going to have a go today. And we're going to have a go at being a bit of a shopkeeper, okay? Now, it's going to be a little bit tricky to understand. So I'm going to need you to listen super carefully. Use your listening ears and your magnet eyes, okay? Watch really carefully. You're going to try being a code reader in a shop till, okay? So you imagine you're the till, you're this till here, and you're linked to a computer and a scanner. And you're going to imagine you're scanning an item, okay? Now, each of these items have got a barcode. Now, instead of me giving you a barcode that looks like this, look how confusing that is. I've given you one that I've made up that looks like this here. And you can see you've got black lines on it or you've got black dots on it and it tells you information about that product. Now you're going to have, these are what your barcodes are going to look like, and you're going to have one for each product. Okay, so this one might link to one product, this one would be a different product, and this one would be a different product. Let me give you an example. I want you to go around your home and I choose 5 different items. So I chose a pencil, I chose a carton of milk because I had this in my house. I chose a box of Cheerios or a box of cereal. I chose a remote control, and I chose my whiteboard. Now I've got those 5 things. And now I'm going to give each one, I'm going to give them a barcode. So I've given you an example of a barcode here, okay? Here's your barcodes here. And I'm going to give each one of my products one barcode, okay? So can you see that each one of them has been given a barcode? So if I was pretending I was a scanner and I scanned this middle barcode here with the 4 squares in the corner, I know that that links to the Cheerios box. If I pretended to scan the 2 black lines going across, I know that that one is linked to the whiteboard. If I scanned the one that looks like a 5 dice, I know that that one is a barcode that links to the remote control. So now I've given each of my objects a barcode. You can choose your own objects, they don't have to be the same, and you can even copy the barcodes because that's not the task today. The task isn't to draw barcodes, the task is to be able to read the barcodes, right? So we're going to pretend that if you give each one of these a barcode, you can pretend that they're the same as mine if you want. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you that each one of these barcodes is a different price. And you can see that this barcode here is 5p. This barcode here is 10p. This barcode for the item is 20p. This one is 15p. And this one is 2p. Now here's your challenge. These numbers, these money amounts, the amount of money needed for each one of these barcodes is how much each one of these products costs. And you're going to get someone at home to be a customer. They're going to choose 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe all 5. It depends how challenging you want the task. You're going to get them to choose one of those 5 products that you picked. Now, once they've chosen those 5 products, they're going to give them to you. And you're going to read the barcode which you've given to each one of your items, and you're going to then scan it. You're going to then say, you've chosen a ruler. Let me have a look at the barcode for ruler. So you have a look at the barcode for the ruler, and you match, maybe it's this barcode at the bottom, the square one, and you say, that barcode is worth 5p. So your ruler costs you 5p. So I'd like 5p, please. So you're then going to be in charge of not only finding the right product, finding the barcode and scanning it, finding how much the barcode costs, and finding how much the customer owes you. Because if they might say, I want to buy this ruler and I want to buy the pencil. Now, if I use this square one here and this line in the middle here, I would say, okay, your ruler would cost 5p. Your pencil is going to be 10p. So together, you owe me 15p. You're going to pretend you own your own shop, okay? And you can have a few goes at this, because the customer, whoever's at home, can change their items. They could say, actually, I don't want that anymore. I'm going to have this item and this item and this item. Tell me how much it is all together, okay? So it's going to need a little bit of help from home. So thank you, everyone that's working hard at home. It's going to need a little bit of help. And the customer is going to select several items. You're going to scan them. Beep, beep, beep. So remember, you could get, thank you for buying this item today. Beep. And you're going to check what the barcode is for your ruler. You're then going to tell them, your ruler's 5p. Your pencil's 10p. Your coffee cup is, going back to my sheet, I might say my coffee cup is 20p. So altogether, it's 5p, 10p, and 20p. Those 3 items cost you 35p altogether. And then you are going to make a receipt. You could give them a receipt, okay? So that is your example of how to be a shopkeeper today. And the lesson objective that we're looking at is think about how much easier it is to use this technology, the information technology of the scanner, the till that does all the calculating of costs for you, and the computer to tell you how much it's worth. How much easier it is to have those 3 things work together than it is for you to do it all on your own. Okay, so I want you to think about how barcodes help shops and they help shoppers. You could even, if you really wanted to, and I'd love to see these, so it'd be great if you could have a recording on Tapestry of you being a shopkeeper and scanning the products and telling the customer who's ever at home how much it is. I hope that makes sense. I know it's a difficult task, but I really wanted to give you an activity that's really, really fun for computing, okay? Thank you very much for coming along to this session. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, Da Vinci.